Hello and welcome to the sideboard here at SCG Atlanta. I'm Nick Miller alongside Tom Ross. How are you doing today?
What's up, Nick?
Select Side Rider is bringing Jund Control, Jund Midrange.
It's like a green-black rock deck that just plays Rakdos Return. The red's pretty free off the Scry land, so.
It is a Jund deck, not the Monsters variety that is just growing in popularity along with the green-red deck, but a more, as you said, rock, answer deck.
Yeah, it's just full of answers, full of card advantage.
The cards that really pop when I look at this deck, that you're using to just beat other decks, Golgari Charm, which you have 3 in the main, and Vraska. Explain how those guys have worked for you today and why you came to the numbers that you have in the deck.
Well, I just started with one Golgari Charm, just kept liking it. It was good against creatures, good against Supreme Verdict. There's all kind of enchantments going on, like namely these two, Courser Crucifix and Underworld Connections. It's just versatile. It's effective somewhat in every matchup. And I just want more and more of them. And come to find out, Vraska is good too against non-land permanents, which a lot of people have. So it's a good source of card advantage too.
Yeah, a lot of people running the non-land permanents, especially a lot of the control-y planeswalker-based decks. Vraska can just sometimes kill multiple planeswalkers, which is good. Has there been any matchups where Golgari Charm hasn't been great?
Hadn't been great. It wasn't great in that last matchup against blue-white control.
Right.
Maybe it just came at the wrong time. Like he didn't have the Tension Sphere, he didn't have Supreme Verdict at a time that I could use it.
Right.
So it was weak. It's weak sometimes. It's just like any other answer card.
Right. So after 6 rounds, you're 5-1. Your only 2 game losses are to the Esper blue-white control-y guy.
Yeah.
And you've ran over, every time I've looked at you, you're just steamrolling people with this deck. Black-white, mono-blue, green-red,
Yeah, it's good against all the creature decks, and that's what the metagame is right now. Yeah. The green-red monsters deck now it's shifted to the Jund monsters deck. And then you see mono-blue variants here and there, with a far or with not.
Right. How's the deck fare against the more, blue-white version of that deck that's been growing in popularity?
It's good. So good. If they have Leo Sky Knight, then Golgari Charm is especially good.
Oh, yeah.
And if they have Tension Sphere, then Golgari Charm gets even better, too. It's hidden more than just their Bidents and domestications.
Your Golgari Charm just seems so well situated right now. Talk about the interaction between Underworld Connections and Courser Crucifix. That's a card that has just been comboing with everything everyone has been talking about.
Yeah, Courser Crucifix is a card that makes this deck possible. It's the card advantage you need, it's the life gain you need. It's good with all the Scry lands. But yeah, if you have a Courser Crucifix and Underworld Connections on land, then you can cycle out land spell pretty well. So where you're drawing 2 spells and you're playing a land off Courser Crucifix, just setting up your deck.
And then of course you have the fatties like Pelucranos, to beat them down. The Rakdos Returns, seems you said your tough matchups are the controlling non-creature decks. Rakdos Returns got to be the home run for you there.
Yeah, it helps there. It also hits planeswalkers. Kill a Jason, get their hand is the optimal situation.
And then comboing with Golgari Charm, you have Abrupt Decay also to take out D-Spheres, troublesome, undercost permanents. Talk about your sideboard, any cards that have shined specifically, and explain. I always like it when people have the 1 Mutavault in the sideboard. I find that just cute.
Yeah, I have 1 Mutavault main and 1 in the sideboard. Against Supreme Verdict decks, I like to take out some number of Silver Caratids, and I want to keep the land count high. Mostly just the Doom Blades and Dark Patrols has been mainly what I've been liking.
Yeah, I talked with Palier's Tannin Grace. He's running Doom Blades in his blue-white control deck, basically off of just lands. With the Rise and green-red monsters, just super powerful. I assume it's been the same way for you today.
Yeah, it's good enough to be a main deck card now. Yeah. I don't necessarily need it, but if I was playing something like Mono Black, I'd be playing Doom Blades main. Right. But I have 2 in the sideboard. Probably should be playing more. They've been really good too.
And then of course Dark Betrayals, Mono Black.
Yeah.
All of the problem cards in that match.
Yeah, my sideboard just to make the deck more efficient. Like cards like Dark Patrol and Doomblade. I used to play cards like Siren Sandy, Rurkthar, fancier looking cards.
Yeah, you said you cut the just the cute cards like Rurkthar and Champion of Stray Souls.
Exactly.
Did those cards ever really have a place, or were you just trying them out?
I was just trying them out, trying to find out what's best against control.
Right.
So I was trying a little of everything, but it turns out just probably more Rakdos Returns, some Underworld Connections.
if you'd suggest moving forward to play this deck, are there any changes you would suggest?
Not really. Probably needs the 8th Temple of Malice,
Right.
8th Temple, the 4th Temple of Malice. And I don't know. Once people start catching on the Golgari Charm, it's probably going to be less good. So probably go down to 2 of that. Other than that, I'm not sure. It looks pretty good.
All right,
happy
well,
with it.
Well, you're X1 at this point. I wish you the best of luck for the rest of this tournament. And for Tom Ross, I'm Nick Miller in the sideboard. Stay tuned here for more coverage at SCG Live.